A quiet Sunday evening on a balcony in Ain Sadeh was shattered by the sound of two high-powered bombs crashing through a neighboring roof. This wasn't a frontline battlefield, it was a predominantly Christian area east of Beirut, a place many thought was a sanctuary. The explosion didn't just kill 3 people, it signaled a terrifying new phase of the war in Lebanon. Lebanon is currently a nation under extreme duress. As the bombardment scales up and ground operations continue, the country is grappling with a displacement crisis of staggering proportions. More than 1.2 million people, over a fifth of the population, have been forced to flee their homes. The death toll has surpassed 1,500, with the victims including hundreds of women and children. But beneath the headlines of airstrikes and casualties, a more subtle and perhaps more dangerous conflict is brewing: the fracturing of Lebanese society itself. The strike in Ain Sadeh is a prime example of why tensions are boiling over. The victims weren't militants, they included a member of a Christian political party known for its opposition to Hezbollah, along with his wife and a family friend. When the areas previously considered safe are hit, the sense of security evaporates for everyone, regardless of their political or religious leanings. This violence is spreading across all demographics. In Beirut, strikes have landed just meters away from the Rafik Hariri University Hospital, the country's largest health facility. These attacks have claimed the lives of not just Lebanese citizens, but also Sudanese migrants who were simply trying to survive in a foreign land. Outside the hospitals, the grief is universal, but the fear is starting to turn into resentment. In the south, the situation is even more dire. Military footage shows the systematic demolition of entire villages. The stated goal is to create a buffer zone, but the result is a scorched earth reality that leaves nothing for residents to return to. This mass destruction is driving even more people toward the center of the country, where resources are thin and patience is wearing out. Why is this happening? Analysts point to a calculated game plan designed to create a psychological rift. By expanding the target zones, the strategy appears to be isolating specific communities and forcing them into conflict with their neighbors. We are already seeing the consequences. In many neighborhoods, the arrival of displaced families is met with suspicion rather than solidarity. Some local communities have begun establishing checkpoints and even expelling refugees, fearing that hosting them makes their own homes a target. This creates a war within a war. The country is dividing between those who see the external attacks as the primary threat and those who blame internal factions for inviting the destruction. This internal friction is a powerful tool of war, designed to create uncertainty, panic, and deep-seated communal fear. It turns the act of seeking refuge into a source of danger for the host. The physical scars on the buildings can be repaired, but the soot and dust covering the balconies of Beirut represent a deeper stain on the national spirit. As one resident noted while fleeing her home for the second time, the people feel they are dying little by little. When the strategy of war is to turn a neighbor against a neighbor, the damage can last for generations. How does a country recover when the very idea of safety is used as a weapon?